Hoi, the time has come to talk about my favorite books of the year so far. This is, I think, only the second year that I'm doing this. Usually I just do them at the end of the year, but I love seeing these videos. I'm also aware that I'm a little bit late, but not too late. You know, we're passing halfway through the year. And I'll be giving you an update as well on how I'm doing on the 100 books challenge. But first, let's jump straight into my 5 favorite books. I'm always curious to see if these books are also going to end up in my favorite books of the year video at the end of the year. Alright, first up is My Sister, the Serial Killer. Was shortlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction, which is why I was sent this copy, and I read this incredibly quickly. Oh, I have to show you the back as well. Some cleaning supplies. When blood is thicker and more difficult to get out of the carpet than water. It's about 2 sisters, and one of them keeps murdering her boyfriends. There are many things I enjoyed about this book, including showing a bit of like normal daily life in Nigeria outside of all the, you know, the murdering of the boyfriends. You get the gist of the story pretty quickly, but also more things about their relationship are slowly shown to you as you're reading this book. It's a very casual read, and it's definitely one of those books that if someone that I don't know very well, who I think might be into this kind of thing, goes, oh, I need something to bring on holiday, what should I bring? I would definitely recommend this. I do feel like there was something at the end that I kind of missed, like there was like an extra hint that I didn't quite catch. And I tried to Google it and I couldn't find anything, so I need to talk to someone who has read this as well. Next up, I don't actually have a finished copy of this book, so I've got the proof copy here. And it is The Truth About Keeping Secrets by Savannah Brown. I got the proof while I was working at Penguin. Savannah Brown is a fellow YouTuber who you might be familiar with. The main character is called Sydney, and her dad is in a car crash and passes away, and she kind of keeps revisiting this in different ways. And then at his funeral, the homecoming queen, June, is there as well and gets involved in the story. So it's part mystery, part talking about grief. There's some romantic feelings as well between the 2 main characters, and I just really gobbled this up. I don't read a lot of contemporary, but when I do, it's usually not kind of the happy-go-lucky stuff. I thought this had really beautiful writing as well, so yeah, go check it out. Next up, you're gonna get sick of me talking about this book, so I'll be real quick. Circe by Madeline Miller, retelling of the story of Circe. She is a nymph, the least popular in her family. She does something she's not supposed to do. She gets banished to an island, and you follow her, even though she can live eternally, sort of growing up and maturing, and bad things and good things happening to her. I just thought it was such compelling writing. I love like all the things about Greek myths that you learn as well, but at the same time it's just a really like fast-paced, interesting story. I went on holiday to Crete, and this is partly set in Crete, and it was, you know, it was a great reading experience. This one will be very hard to beat for my favorite books at the end of the year. Although I also did buy Song of Achilles, which is the previous book by Madeline Miller, so who knows. The next one is Youre Crushing It by Lex Croucher, who is also my friend. She was on my channel recently. We've done a lot of videos together if you want to check them out. But Lex wrote her first book, which I was very excited about, and it is a non-fiction, non-glorifying self-help book that basically offers some very realistic tips and anecdotes on how to deal with all the tough stuff in life. It covers anything from friendships, relationships, mental health, body image, just a lot of different things that you can come across in life, I think especially in your 20s. It has the best references, hilarious anecdotes. I feel like every single page of this book made me laugh. Oh yeah, I forgot, it talks about social media and comparing yourself to other people as well. Anyways, a great book, a good gift, great book for yourself, for a friend. We're opening with some murder, we're ending with some murder. It is Lullaby, a book that was on my shelves for quite a while. Finally picked it up, raced through it. I think what all of these books had in common is that you can just pick them up and read them in like a day or a weekend, and then immediately you want to just like pass them on to the next person. Lullaby is about a nanny and a young family with 2 children, and the book starts off with you knowing immediately that something has gone very, very wrong and one of the children is dead. Oh, and the quote on the front says, "The baby is dead. It only took a few seconds." It's pretty clear. It's set in Paris. What I loved about this book is just the ominous atmosphere. It's funny because all the characters seem like very normal people. They have their annoyances and their little like weird habits that people do. They start getting on each other's nerves, and it doesn't feel like it's these monsters that have been created, but that is what it ends up being, and I really loved that aspect of it. All the little uncomfortable moments, especially like the little habits that the nanny has, and you seeing a scene from her perspective and seeing how the parents might see it from a totally different perspective. Oh, this was like a really chilling book. It's a really quick read, but definitely deserves to be on the list. So those are my 5 top reads of the year so far. I'm curious to see if you've read any of them and what you think. But now it's time to update you on how my 100 books challenge is going. Usually I read 50 books. This year I wanted to do 100 just to kind of build up my backlist and also just to get myself to read more, to be honest. I am pretty busy in general, but I also know how much time I spend watching TV and how much time I spend on my phone, and I could cut into some of that and add some reading time. So far I am on 30 books. Actually, I'm listening to an audiobook right now, and within the next hour, I'll be on 31. I think it started off the year strong, then had a bit of a dip, recently had a comeback. I think I've read about 10 half books as well, some of which I will be continuing, some of them I won't be. Not feeling like pressured by the goal, excited to see if I'm gonna make it. I would love to know how you're doing, if you've set any goals for yourself, or if you're having a goal-free reading year. I'll put links to all of these in the description. Do pick them up if you can, or pick them from your shelf if you already have them. And that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Doei!